What do you think? Can we throw a parade?
You betcha.
Hello, this is Kerri O'Donnell, Tarot Soul Writer, and I am here with Arthur from Is it Ease My Mind?
Lost my mind. It's Arthur Ease Your Mind, and it's Arthur, not author.
Arthur. I'm from Massachusetts, so park the car in Harvard Yard.
Okay, then it makes sense. That makes sense.
It's my bad New England accent.
Just don't call me Uncle Arthur.
I promise I won't. So, Arthur, why don't you introduce yourself to my audience for anyone who doesn't know Arthur and his work? What is it that you do? What's your specialty? What's coming up for you?
I just tell people I'm an intuitive consultant, psychic advisor. I make it all up and hope it happens. Basically, I've been at it since, when I was a little toddler. I thought my name would stop doing that because I'd walk up to people in stores and stuff and start telling them things, and my father would pick me up and say, "Stop doing that." Second grade, the nuns were flicking holy water on me. So I knew then what I knew now. I'm not sizzling. Stop. And so I have background in music, all my degrees in music, but one thing leads to another. And I was working for a magazine, and that's when I had the pleasure of getting a phone call from Jean Dixon's office saying she wanted to meet with me. And that was back in 1988. And so then she kind of took me under her wing a little bit. And from there, came back to LA. I was in New York at the time, came back to LA. And I've been doing this since 2001 as a professional psychic.
Awesome. And your channel is growing by leaps and bounds. His information's down below. Like, subscribe, do all the things. Check out his work. Because you also work with meditations and stuff.
I started on YouTube doing guided meditations.
Yeah.
I studied hypnotherapy, but I really never practiced. But I was doing a reading with Mel Dorr, a law shirt psychic. Yes. And he said, "When are you going to do your YouTube channel?" I said, "Are you on crack?" He said, "You know what? I might be on crack, but you're still doing a YouTube channel. You're going to start with guided meditations." So that's what I did. And then eventually he had me on a show, and then Linda G had me on her show in July of 2023. And so the rest is history. I started a new playlist called Timeless Tools for Fast Results, talking about putting salt in your shoes, how to healing the inner child stuff, how to smudge. And I don't smudge with smoldering sticks anymore. I use sage spray. Yeah. It works just as well, if not for me better. And so I've got a couple that I'm working on right now to add to them. Like, one's about good karma, CARMA, how to feng shui your car, things like that.
Wow, your car?
Yeah.
Check that out.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah. See, I'm just like get in the car and hope that I can make it. That's all.
The interesting is in feng shui, a car is equal to a tiger. And so Esso kind of had it right when they said put a tiger in your tank.
Wow, I didn't know
Back
that.
in the day. Yeah.
Maybe that's why I'm terrified driving. I'm actually really driving a tiger. So
well, you can tame that tiger. It's real easy. Yeah. Make sure your windows are clean. Those are the eyes. Make sure all the switches and everything are connected the way they're supposed to be. That's the veins of the body and all that kind of stuff. Put sea salt under your mat. Keep water in the car, but don't let it just stagnate. Choose it out. And also in the glove compartment, you put a picture of a dragon.
Really?
The dragon will protect you. Yeah.
Oh, I'm doing that.
Mm-hmm.
That's happening. All right. So we're going to do political and current event questions today. I asked for questions. I got quite a few. I figured we could just go through them and just what we get is what we get. All right. Yep. Let's see if we can get into the first one. Can you please let us know when Europe will finally step up for Ukraine?
Well, in many ways, they already have. And they continue to do it as, as our fearful leader pushes behind and doesn't want to do anything, Europe is coming to the front. And there's going to be changes as we get into August and September for the better. This is what I get.
You think they're going to step up some more in that
Yeah.
time?
Yeah, I do. Because Putin this morning was saying that he's going to retaliate against Ukraine for what they did with the drone attack.
Mm-hmm.
So, Kelsey,
yeah, I'm getting something similar with these two, with the Justice reversed. It's hard to see but then the Ten of Swords is reversed. I do get a sense that feels like a lot of injustice. Like I'm picking up the U.S., Europe versus U.S., just a sense that they felt really betrayed. They felt something really wasn't fair to them, but they kind of jumped back. And that kind of goes when you said, I think they already have. I think there's already a sense of recovery there. I am getting leadership here with the King of Wands. This has a real Zelensky feel to me. So I do feel like there's some secrets here is kind of what I'm getting. So when I'm putting these together, I feel like yes, but a lot is not out in the open yet.
correct.
Like there's a lot of help behind the scenes that we're not seeing.
It's quiet.
And so forth. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling. So when we say step up, I think the viewer might be like, oh, like I feel like I want to see.
We'll notice it more. We'll see it more. It'll be in the press more. Well, right now it's like behind
underground,
behind the scenes. Yeah.
Yeah, and that might just have to do with the United States and that strain.
But also, they don't want people knowing what they're doing.
Exactly. Right.
I mean, the fact that Japan has donated so much to them, people don't realize.
Right. I think that's what I mean by the United States, because we know we can't know anything. We can't, because our fearless leader is going to blab to the wrong people, aka Putin.
Exactly.
So that's probably why we're not seeing things up front. All right, cool. So we got next. Speaking of our fearless leader, let's do some questions related to Trump. What's going on with Trump currently? He took today and yesterday off. I think this came in a couple days ago, so I think at the beginning of the week, someone had suggested that he was getting treatment, IV fluids of some kind. So that was the rumor, but what are you getting on that?
Formaldehyde.
Hopefully we're not going to be dissecting him very soon. So.
No. Just kidding.
Frog in a cage.
It's like Amy Tanger's from The Loved One getting embalmed alive. But I feel there are health issues with him that, they keep on talking about Biden. The more they talk about Biden, there's something going on with Trump. Not a robot. But that time he did show up with his hand kind of bruised. It looked like an IV treatments. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah.
I know I had done readings in the past, and we had picked up that he was getting some sort of treatments. During my May reading, I kept getting the word electrolytes. So that could have been related to dehydration. And I know a lot of elderly people will have that issue.
Yeah.
I'm asking right now, like this particular incident, and I do feel it's like twofold. I think there is health, and I'm getting my Five of Swords reverse, which is my card for recovery or repairing. So he might have just needed some time to regroup. But I feel like it's partly too about something he said. I'm getting the Ace of Swords is reversed, and this idea of protest here with the Hangman reversed. And there's something here with an exchange of money with the Six of Coins. So I don't know what stupid thing he said right before this.
Well, there's a plethora of things he said.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm like, which one?
Which one?
Stupid thing did he say? at this particular, but it was like something like, okay, let's just keep quiet about something. Let's regroup.
I was going to say, it's like regrouping. Like he had, and also the fact that all the numbers are coming out that people are not considering him our best leader.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if this is the budget. Maybe
Yeah.
they changed.
The big beautiful bill. Yeah, that's gonna.
Yeah,
I still feel it's going to, unfortunately, going to pass, but it's going to be watered down a little bit from what it was.
that's what I could do.
There was someone who said that, well, we're going to, of course, it's going to cut back on Medicare, but then he kept on talking. So he actually admitted that they know that it's going to hurt people on Medicare.
Yeah, I know there's some questions coming up on that, but I did get that as well. That it would pass in some form, but the form that's passed is still somewhat dangerous for certain people. It might not be as bad as it would have been originally, but it wasn't good.
But for one person, if it hurts one person, that's one person too many.
Exactly. Some people in this community have said by the end of the month, Trump voters will be contemplating if they should still support Trump and the GOP. What do you see?
Well, I've always predicted at the end of June into July, a lot of stuff is going to be hitting the fan. And even if you turn the fan off, it's still there. Receipts. Yeah. And I feel Anonymous is going to have a hand in doing a lot of stuff, bringing stuff forward. Mm-hmm. And I kept on getting like surveillance, like secret videos and stuff like that are going to be leaked in audios, which is, you can't deny and say it's fake.
Right.
And also, when the bill goes through, they're going to realize that, grandma and grandpa they got to come live with you because there's no Medicaid to help them stay in the nursing home.
Right.
So that's what's going to start happening. And that's more than FOFA,
Yeah.
But the stuff that's going to come is undeniable.
Yeah. I do feel as well that there are going to be some MAGAs who are going, but here's the thing. I feel like there's a certain percentage, you probably feel the same way, that it just like there's no helping them. Like
oh no, they drank the Kool-Aid. We all had the VA.
They're never coming back from the other side. Like they crossed some sort of invisible, But if you want to talk about those people sort of in the middle, I've always supported the Republican Party. I have people in my community like that. This is the way we've always done it.
It's part of who they are growing up.
Yeah, exactly. Those people, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I'm getting the tornado here. They're starting to see the chaos. I am getting the airplane next to the tornado too. And I'm wondering if that's the jet, the Qatar. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, like the bribes, the airplane, the chaos, the repairman, we have to fix this. And they see him, the drunken sailor, all over the place. That could be in reference to tariffs, the whole taco thing, going back and forth and chickening out all over the place. So yeah, there are some people who want to fix this. They want to get things back. You know what? They're showing me putting the genie back in the bottle, but the genie ain't going in.
No, they have to go Ghostbusters. All those things back in that little box. I just put one of the creepy kid cards.
Oh yeah.
Consequences, damage done.
Yeah.
They're going to see the damage is done.
That's why the genie isn't going back in the bottle. Mm-mm. There is no fixing it. They want to fix it. They want to like say, oh, let's try to control him. I'm seeing it now, but they can't do it.
Pandora's box has been opened. Sorry.
Yeah, that's it. Should they still support Trump and the GOP? This is based on what I said. I'm still getting them trying to support him. If that makes sense, they think they can change things. Oh, let's just modify him a bit.
Yeah, but they've been saying that for 10 years, but also for entertainment purposes only. But, they're afraid to do anything because they've got their grandkids in the basement as hostages. So,
yeah. So this is going to be one of those slow. It's not just going to be like a few things pop up in the news that.
It's going to be layers and layers and layers.
Layers and layers.
It's just too much.
Different people get things at different times.
And different things are going to hit different people.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm feeling too. Will Dumpy feel after his birthday parade? I'm curious if he will be happy or upset. And this isn't going to be my
He's
parade.
never happy, no matter what you do. You know, I always say there's three kind of people in the world: one whose glass is half empty, one whose glass is half full, and one whose glass is cracked and will never be enough.
That's him. It's
That's
never
never
enough.
be enough. No.
It's never enough. No.
I
Yeah.
keep on hearing that song more and more and more. How do you like it? You know.
I don't know what my deck of characters is going to say right now, but I know in my video I answered this, and he started out as miserable at the beginning of my reading, just a sense that nothing would satisfy him. And when it came to his parade, it just did not fulfill the expectations that he imagined. So therefore, he wasn't happy. Yeah, here it is, the unicorn. It's like the magic that he expected. He really does have an image of that.
Well, he's watched too many, you know,
North Korea
and Russia and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that the Pope is going to be having a mass the same time.
Yeah.
2:30 out of Chicago.
At the wrestling ring, I think that there's going to be a lot of protests. Like, well, we know the No Kings protest is going to be, but
right.
I think it's just the fact that he's seeing that. And look at this. He's the dragon. He's going to be angry and spit and fire, and this isn't how it was supposed to be. Whatever. Actually, I'm sure there'll be something. It's just, this is all about his expectations versus reality, I think.
Well, yeah. Come on.
Because
that's why he's 6'5" and 200 pounds. Remember?
That's right. That's right. What do you see coming from Elon and Stephen Miller's wife, Kate? I didn't know what they meant by what do you see coming from them. So I guess whatever we get is what we get.
I don't know. Some people ask me if they're now a couple, and somebody asked me if they have a child, would it be Rosemary's Baby? You know.
Good movie.
Oh, it's one of my favorites, and I tell everybody it's really a black comedy. So
it is a black comedy.
Yeah.
Really creepy too. It's a really creepy movie.
When I was a student teaching music, I actually taught the little kids a little lullaby. And the teacher walked in and goes, "What is that? It's really beautiful. It's the theme to Rosemary's Baby." I did it as a joke. I had these little kids singing it, you know.
Oh my God, that's funny.
I don't see much happening here. I mean, it's enough to get Stephen Miller upset, but
yeah, I'm not. I mean, downgraded. It's kind of like they're not.
Did she downgrade or did he downgrade?
That's a good question. You know, I'm feeling them as a couple, just like nobody really cares. Maybe downgraded in the public eye. Nothing much is coming from them. No one cares. I mean, surveillance, they're watching them.
I'm sure.
What they're doing. And I did get taken by force. So there could be some things coming up down the road that's involved with whatever they might allegedly be involved with.
But she may see the writing on the wall with everybody and just using him as an excuse to get out of there.
Yeah. Yeah. So I know this is weird, but as a couple, I'm personally not getting much on them. Maybe that downgraded is like really, it's really true. Like maybe no one will really care, or maybe this won't really last, or something to that effect.
Does anybody really care? Is that how I feel? Is it going to affect me in the prices of eggs? No.
No, it's not. So bye-bye, Elon and Kate. Speaking of Elon, now that Musk is gone, who's next? Now, I don't know what they meant by this either. Who's next? So is that like the next person to be on
go down to walk out?
Yeah, to be Trump's victim, I guess, of whatever. I don't know. Who's next?
I can tell you who should be next, but that's a whole nother story.
I can't even imagine who should be next. There's so many.
Yeah, Pete Hegseth.
Oh yeah, yeah. Good candidate for
But he's
that.
going to keep him. And happy Pride Month. We're getting rid of the name of the USS Harvey Milk and taking the name off and changing it to something else.
Oh my God. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Well, this is interesting because I am getting who's next? A devotee, someone who's completely and utterly devoted to him. This person has blood on his or her hands, so is very much involved with whatever's going on. I am getting war and putting fuel on the fire and really starting something up. The war could be literal or it could be figurative, like conflict.
War within the administration.
Right. Yeah. So,
I mean, they're all a den of thieves, so just take your pick. Just throw a dart. It hit someone. We'll be right.
yeah.
Eventually.
There is a bloodletting here. I do feel whoever this is like the next victim. That's kind of, I not to be gross, but they're showing me a goat, like the ancient times where they take a sacrificial goat and they kill the goat for
the sacrificing.
Sacrifice. Yeah, a sacrifice. That's what I'm getting.
Marco Rubio or Cash Patel.
Yeah. Oh, when you said Rubio, I got the goosebumps.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I got like a weird feeling when you said him. Maybe
as a sacrifice.
As a sacrifice. That's what they're showing me. Like, yeah. And that would be like, I've been devoted or whatever, but we're throwing you to the lions, basically. Yeah. So, yeah. But why? Why would you get involved with this guy? Like, it's just crazy. It's just crazy knowing his history. It's just,
it's power hungry. It's a chance to maybe get in there and think I can change it. No, and then next thing you know, you just sold your soul.
Yeah, even though they see one after another.
His eyes are starting to look like Jared Kushner's and Stephen Miller's, just black.
Yeah, I know. That's creepy, super creepy. What does the future hold for? Oh, our favorite person, Carolyn Levit. After F45 is out of office, what does the future hold?
She'll be doing the showroom floors for Tesla in Las Vegas. There's need a blonde for that. What's she going to be doing? I hope 4 to 6.
Yeah.
She has lied so much, worse than Sean Spicer.
Oh, way worse.
And Sarah Huckabee Sanders.
Yeah.
There's such a creep factor.
Yeah.
Entertainment purposes only.
Yeah.
Like a reformed smoker.
When you see the cross, that's what gets me, like front and center and shiny, and it just irks me. It irks me.
Like when Mr. Pillow Man used to do his commercials and he had that cross. I just want to take it off and slap him with it.
Yeah, when you know they're the biggest hypocrites ever.
Hmm.
You know,
I just get her going to the wayside.
yeah, I don't actually get prison, but I get her spilling the beans with the 7 of Swords. I'm getting the Empress here, the wife and the mother. So I think she is concerned about, like, this is down the road. Like when it hits the fan.
It's going to be the art of the squeal as they all point to each other.
Yeah, this is the art of the squeal because you got the king here and then you got the world. She's worried about her kids and she just spills the beans and cuts a deal. Like a bigger fish to fry than this girl, even though she's so annoying. Which, it gets me because I'm tired of deals, just personally. Just put them all where they belong. That's it.
Well, I feel her, Pam Bondi, and Elena Hobbit, whatever name, the one in New Jersey.
Oh, yeah.
I just see them going to the wayside and I'm still getting in trouble.
Yeah, I got more Pam Bondi would get potential time or be more in trouble. But I think that's because of her position, that she's actually
like Mitchell went to jail for Nixon. So
yeah.
But she's his own consigliere. That's all it is.
Yeah. Let's read on Peter Teal and his plans on what he's going to do with his, is it Palantir? Is that the name of his company? Palantir AI company against the people in the US. So I think this is a company, and there's another question on this. It's the company collects data in a huge way, and it's all related to AI, but don't ask me how, because what do I know about this? What are his plans to do with this company, this AI company?
I'm just going to tell you what I get. What I keep on getting here is him trying to grow a garden, and it just dies. Like whatever he's trying to do, it just dies.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever his plans are, I don't see it's going to be fruitful in any way, shape, or form.
So that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Because he has written a lot of manifestos of how he wants to use AI and what his dark fantasies are, and they're pretty grim and crazy. So that's good news. I'm getting him in trouble, Hangman. Like he's being restricted or strung up on something related to his plans.
But whatever he does, there's something illegal that he's done that's going to catch up to him.
Yeah.
Or questionable. Let's put it questionable.
Questionable.
Allegedly questionable.
Because I'm getting the excessive wealth with the Ace of Pentacles and the conclusion. I think that's what he wanted to do. I think that was his plan. It is to use all this data or AI in order to get all the world's wealth that he could possibly get. I think that was his plans, like at all costs, because that's when I get the Ace of Pentacles reversed, for me, it's like money at all costs or money for money's sake. But yeah, he's not going to be able, the harvest card, he's not going to be able to harvest, to take your garden imagery. And
you can't take it with you.
I know, but he's not normal. He thinks that he can be immortal. If he has enough money.
And I've seen the abominable Dr. Phibes as well, you know, like looking for the fountain of youth.
I almost feel like he wants to live through his consciousness through some of these technological creations, or he actually believes that could happen.
If that happened, I would just like, pull the plug. Oops.
I know. The end. All I can think of is Will Robertson. And
danger.
So this is related. It's basically the same company wants one central government database. No. And we kind of just answered that. Well, that happened to privatize our government. And also, I don't get our government privatized. Like, I've never gotten that.
Well, I mean, let's say they're trying to every which way they can.
They're trying, but I don't think they'll be successful to privatize, educate, you know, like taking all these different areas.
Well, I mean, this is not something brand new. They started this a long time ago.
Yes.
Like, look what they tried to do with Medicare.
Yeah.
Medicare Advantage is basically privatized Medicare.
Mm-hmm. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
How are people going to be able to live when AI and robots are doing most jobs and most citizens won't have jobs or money? How are we going to be able to afford to live?
I don't know. I'll take Rosie the robot to clean my place.
I love Rosie.
Well, actually, I ask my spirit guides often, you know, I was like, could you bring me at least Hazel to clean? Come on. Where's Shirley Booth when you need her? But no, I don't feel it's as dystopian as they think it's going to be. Somebody asked me the other day, did I see like a James Cameron movie playing out? And I didn't see that, where robots take over. Could you imagine getting a reading from AI? What is your name, please?
Have you ever tried it? Have you ever asked about the future?
No.
I always wanted to see, like, what would they say? It probably wouldn't say I couldn't compute or something. You know, This is way down the road. There are a couple things I want to say to this. It said, how are people going to be able to live when the robots are doing most of the jobs? Most citizens won't have jobs or money. I think that's an assumption.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm actually getting an example from them of when computers first came about. I was 18 years old and I went to this dinner. They're showing me the dinner and they were giving a speech about how all of us should get into computers and technology. And my teachers were like, where does he think he's speaking? Because they thought of it as vocational. These are like the best students in the state. Why are they talking about technology? And they couldn't see it. Like the people couldn't see it. They're showing me that as an example to say that we can't see the jobs. Like when I was 18, I couldn't comprehend the jobs that were going to come up in computers. That was 1984. And this is the same. There are going to be jobs. And I get money here. I get money. I actually feel like that there will be a time where we're getting some sort of a stipend as well, when we're way, like beyond my lifetime, that there might, what do they call that? Like a credit or?
Like in Star Trek.
Yeah. But there's like, almost like Social Security, only like everyone would get like a minimum
benefit.
Yeah. But I'm talking like, I won't be here.
I know. Look, when I was in high school, I argued with them because I wanted to take typing, and they said that's for the secretarial pool. I'm like, are you telling me Hemingway didn't type?
Right.
They wouldn't teach the boys typing.
And then there's just the idea that technology is moving so fast, we can't comprehend. Like my teenage self, when they said, what do you want to prepare for to grow up? I couldn't have imagined that I would have been an online psychic doing a show with someone in LA across the country in real time, right? Like,
yeah, it's uncomprehendable.
Uncomprehendable. So I feel like there's something like that here. So I would say just stay open, expand your mind, and stay.
The wording I'm going to say is things will evolve.
Mm-hmm.
That we won't go to the wayside.
Right. That's what I'm feeling too. There's going to be a weird transition where some people might be slipping through the cracks and stuff, like any, I guess, economic transition. Think about industrial revolution, things like that. There was,
Yeah, but I'm not seeing Soylent Green, okay?
Yeah, I'm not. I think people are going to be good, actually. Mm-hmm. That's an interesting question. I like that. Now, this, I know, is big news right now. So please speak on the Smart Elections lawsuit in Rockland County, New York, that is now with the Supreme Court. It is regarding the 2024 election results. There are anomalies that they cannot explain. What do you get on this? Is it going to be as big as what people think?
To be honest with you, I feel the Supreme Court doesn't want to touch it, but they have to.
Yeah.
I feel they may come out with something very neutral on it. That'll get everybody really mad.
Yeah.
Just like the immunity thing. But it's not going away.
Right.
This is just the start. And that's what I said at the end of June and July. All the receipts start showing. My guys have said to me that they have recreated how it was done more than one time. And it was like 5 different layers.
Wow.
So, and the computer thing is just part of it.
Right. Yeah, because I'm getting that underground hiding, big news, AI and tech. So that's related to the shenanigans, probably how they may have done it. And the planned outcome. So all this is saying.
Well, they had a planned outcome.
They had a planned outcome. So I feel like they had a planned outcome with the AI or with the technology. There is big news that's coming from the underground. Mm-hmm. As far as the Supreme Court, I agree with you. I think that they're going to come up with some neutral thing, but there's something else. I know Supreme Court is like the top of the layer, so you think it's done, but it's not done. Like even if they come out neutral, there's something else snowballing.
Or put it back to the lower court.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. Because I feel like it's not like, oh, and everybody's off and we're not going to look at this again. It's almost like maybe that's it. They put it to a lower court. And once it's out, the big news is out. Like, again, can't put the genie back in the bottle. So they might just wipe their hands of it and then send it on. Yep. I think that's what I'm getting to.
I keep on hearing the Hammer song, Can't Touch This.
Can't touch this. Do, 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 do. Oh,
no, seriously, like the Supreme Court saying, we can't touch this.
Yeah. No, that makes perfect sense. And that way their hands are clean, but something is rolling with this because they were showing me like a snowball, like getting bigger and bigger and bigger. All right. We had talked about this a little bit already with the...
We talked about Medicaid, but we didn't talk about Medicare.
This is Medicare. This is with the elderly, right? This is over 65 one. I always get the mixed up. So
yeah, it's what I'm on.
Yeah. No, you're too young for that.
No, I turned 68 in March, so.
I know. I'm just teasing.
The minute you turn 65, they switch you automatically.
Yeah, they switch you automatically. I know.
But nowadays, it's like Medicare Advantage or Medicare.
Yeah.
You know, and so I caution people to get somebody that knows what they're doing to explain things to you, in what state you are and all that kind of stuff.
Look at things closely.
Yeah. I think they're trying to do some stuff, but it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Because people on Medicare vote.
I'm getting that they're trying, but at the end of the day, because I did get that, like kind of look at things closely here, like with your own personal situation. But at the end of the day, people are pretty happy. They're dancing for joy. There is abundance here, and there's a loud, to me, this is like a loud vibration of no. We're going to keep that abundance with the people. I'm getting good cards here.
Yeah.
I think long term, I'm not getting a huge issue. Is that sort of what you're getting? I know we have a short term thing, but.
No, but that's what I'm feeling. They may try and do something, even if they do something, it's like 3, 2, 1, done.
And then it's switched back or made different. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about that. This kind of goes with this one too. Is Social Security safe and is Medicare safe?
I want to say for the most part, I get a yes on that. What they're saying is there was a lot of fraud with Social Security with people that are injured and shouldn't be collecting and all that. But just to have high school kids go through the files and just say delete people, it's very, whatever they did is the damage may seem done, but it's reversible. With Social Security, that is.
Yeah. I'm not, well, it's funny because I'm looking at this card, the moon, but I'm more attached to the holes like Swiss cheese. And that's what's catching me more, like they're going to punch holes in these programs.
What are they going to try? It's it's an illusion.
Yeah, it's like the same old, on the treadmill. But I do feel like with the home card and the lounge chair, like relax, you're going to be okay. You're going to be able to retire, right? Because we're talking about Social Security and Medicare. I do feel like I want to say it's safe, but this is just making me like laugh. But it's going to be different over time.
They're going to try and do stuff, but it's not going to happen. Is what I got. Yeah,
and it might be a little bit different from when I finally get to collect, or maybe my kids. There might be some differences, maybe age or things like that might change, but it's there. Like I'm not getting it not there.
Well, if I do my next show out of a Frigidaire box, then you know it changed.
Yeah. Well, I hope it doesn't change. See, I feel like anyone who's already on it is good. Like that's the feeling. Yeah. I'm more worried about Gen X, my generation, or the millennial generation, my kids. Like, I don't know, but I'm getting, yes, it's going to be there. Yeah. So I'm going to go with that. If that's what they're saying to me, I'm going to go with that. If Social Security and disability get cut, will there be back payment once 45 is out?
Possibly, depending on the situation. It'll be case by case.
Case by case. Do you think there's going to be enough Social Security and disability getting cut that this will even be an issue? Back pay?
Like I said, I'm just getting it'll be a case by case decisions.
Okay.
Like I don't see some sweeping. Okay, all these. Again, some of it I feel is how much back pay you get, how much whatever. It's going to be individual stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm getting a yes on this sort of.
Yeah. Because I'm getting the forest, like they're looking at the big picture. There's a plateau. There's only so far they're going to go. That could be like when you're saying it could be, it depends on the case, the situation. But there is healing here with the crystal for some people. So I'm going to say that that's back pay. It disappoints me a little bit because I know there was an assumption in this question that Social Security and disability will have enough cuts that they would have to consider giving back pay. But I guess the cards that I'm getting are indicating there is enough for some people that they would have to go back and help them.
I feel people will be helped. It's just not going to be a blanket percentage.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. Let's try this one. Is the U.S. going to default on the debt?
If Donald Trump has anything to do with it.
That's what he wants.
I mean, yeah, I remember Atlantic City. But no, I'm going to say I don't feel we will.
Okay. See what I get.
Yeah, I don't see the orange one looking at Equifax to see what the credit rating is for the United States every day. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to say yes. I agree with you because I do get my Two of Wands reverse, which to me is one of my miracle cards, like a switch or a transformation of some sort. Mm-hmm. It's funny because I do get the Four of Swords here too. I mean, the economy's sick. It's almost like getting right up to the edge.
It always gets up to the edge, and then all of a sudden.
And then there's like a flip around. There's something here with the foreign debt, because this is my foreign debt is reversed. But I'm getting this as a positive thing. Like, I'm not going to say, oh, China is going to reverse the debt, but like or like things that we owe to other countries.
Or Japan does not sell off the bonds.
Bonds, or yeah, there's like something like I was going to do this thing, but now I'm not going to do it, and we're going to keep it status quo. So I don't get a default.
I feel a lot of change after September, so we'll see what happens.
I get that too. That was what I got at my 2025 predictions, that once we got to the fall, they didn't show me much, just more like, it's like the aftermath. Like big things were going to start happening. So. Mm-hmm. Can you read on whether the Bahamas will avoid a major hurricane this year?
There'll be some hurricanes. It may not be as bad as it could be, but I feel other places are going to get hit.
I'm getting Florida getting a big one.
Yeah, I get Florida both east and west.
Oh, you got the other side too? Okay. Well, for some reason I'm seeing the Gulf. I'm just going to say the Gulf of Mexico, but I'm getting that area. But I feel like it's going like this, like toward
the Gulf of America.
Exactly.
The Gulf formerly known as the Gulf of America of Mexico.
I will not say it.
The artist formerly known as Prince.
I will say though, for the Bahamas, I'm actually getting some positive cards. Yeah. So I would say I'm not getting one of the big ones, like a direct hit kind of thing, this year. So I'll go with that.
Okay.
Will ICE be dismantled after the midterms?
What happens when you turn the heat up? Ice melts.
I love that. I love that. So I take that as
I feel there are some people going to get in trouble.
yeah.
That's why they're wearing masks and not showing who they are, because they know what they're doing is wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me ask if they'll actually be dismantled or if they will.
It'll be modified.
Yeah, because that's what I was feeling too, that it would be modified. I was using the true crime deck for this one. You know, I got that homicide card, but I think that that's just representative of crimes. So there's going to be a lot of people.
Yeah, what they're doing is a crime.
I'm getting the celebrity card too. I think this is related to Trump, just how they see him and as a basis for their actions is kind of what I'm getting. I'm getting modified. Like we still have ICE, but it will be, there's limitations of what they can do and rules and regulations and maybe they'll change the name even, but they're like border control people.
But I don't, in 2 years from now, I don't see them like raiding restaurants and
me neither.
Like they did here in San Diego this last weekend.
I feel some are going to be held accountable for some things because of that crime card.
Yeah.
For sure. Can we ever get rid of GOP Voss in Wisconsin? Every state around us has legalized marijuana. So I almost feel like there's two questions here. Like, will Wisconsin legalize marijuana? And will we get rid of GOP Voss?
Give him a gummy. He'll feel good.
Then he'll relax.
Yeah. Eventually, I feel they can get rid of us.
Is he up? I don't even know if
he's up. I don't know.
Up.
I have no idea, but I feel he's going to say something stupid like Ernst did, that we're all going to die. I feel Wisconsin does legalize marijuana, but give it 2 years.
Yeah, you know what? I got a woman taking him on, and that everybody would be very happy. So whatever he's up for, if that's 26, 28, I don't know. But whenever he's up, I feel like a woman's taking him on and you will get rid of him. And I'm getting, yes, I feel like they're going to legalize marijuana, but there's a conflict between those who want to make money from it and the mother card. I'm getting like, oh, we need to protect the children and the families and the blah, blah, blah people. And there's like some sort of conflict there, but I do feel like it will be resolved.
All I keep on seeing is an image in the monkey. That's all they keep on showing me right now.
It's just so the monkey.
Yeah, just smacking some little symbols together, you know.
I know we're getting close to the end, so I'm going to pick something that's a little different. I have to address this question just because. I don't even know if you need to read on it because I have an immediate answer to this question. People are saying the real rump is already gone and this is a double. Your thoughts on that? My thoughts are that's ridiculous. And I don't mean to make fun of anyone who asked the question.
I don't want to make fun of anybody, but that goes with Biden being executed and
and then turned into like a clone robot, something.
If they had invented a clone robot, do you think they would have let it like lose the?
You lose the election. You have all that power, and you wasted it on that.
Lose the debate. Come on.
I'd be like, no.
I mean, this is not even for the Sci-Fi Channel. Come on.
No, the real rump is real, unfortunately, and then that kind of leads to this. We just have to accept that he's there, and we got to do something about it. That kind of thing.
Yeah, we'll hear back too, right?
Exactly. You have this one, which I think is hilarious. When 45 is finally removed. What do you think? Can we throw a parade?
You betcha.
I say parade it is.
That parade I will agree with, because there won't be children with taking food out of their mouths to have that kind of parade.
Yeah. Yeah. We will for sure be celebrating. Let's put it that way. I actually have a special bottle of champagne ready for that moment. It's chilling right now in my fridge. So we'll see. How about
To me, it's called lorazepam. Anyway.
We're getting into the Trump leaving questions. There are a lot of them. So I'm gonna choose this one. Instead of when is Trump leaving, what do you see happening in the world when he leaves office?
Refer to the last thing about parades.
I should play it again.
Yeah. That I don't like reruns, but that one I will watch. I keep on hearing the song Celebration. So seriously, the world will be at peace. I mean, I get this, like, the whole world going.
I was just doing that. Like, I was just feeling that.
The
like
whole world is going to just exhale.
It's like,
not realize we've been holding our breath for all these years.
Yes, that's exactly what I was feeling too. At that Judgment Day, it's a new beginning. It's a whole new eon. Look at this, though. I'm celebrating it with the death card.
Well, it's the death of one.
Yeah.
Bringing the new.
Yeah. This is interesting. The Seven of Wands is reversed. So it's that idea of trying to hold it all back. Look at that good outcome. And it's like we can all relax. We can all breathe. It's like the same thing. I don't have to like keep them at bay with that seven. It's reversed. It's like I can put down my defenses. I think that's that exhale feeling. Yeah. It is a new beginning.
Yeah, it's like that movie Waiting to Exhale. We're doing that for the last 10 years.
Exactly. This would be, I think, a good ending question. Wondering if there is any good news from everything that is going on. Where do you see all of us in 5 years, 10 years, and 25 years from now? And by us, I think we'll just say the United States.
Oh, I was going to say in 25 years, I've already paid for Neptune Society. No. Yeah. When you go, you go.
25 from years from now, I don't know.
I feel in 5 years from now, there's going to be 13 Supreme Court justices. I feel the words empathy and compassion are not dirty words. In 10 years, I feel DEI, the fact that DEI was a bad thing, is something from the past. And a new prosperity. But I also feel hands and borders. I mean, hands being shaken across borders. You know, I mean, what we did to Canada and Mexico is almost unforgivable. You know, I really feel sorry for Canada living on top of the crack house. But it's the idea of things start settling down and things getting put back in place, but better.
Yeah. I'm getting that too, especially around the 10-year mark. The 5-year mark, I'm feeling gun control is going to be tackled in 5 years. That's what I'm getting from that. Like, meaning there'll be more laws put in place and they'll actually get something through that gets that together. And they're really working on the economy here and in the natural world. Environmental policies, trying to get trade going better. So I'm actually getting, I feel like 5 years is like really a lot of legislation, a lot of ideas. We might not see the results yet, but like I get it all, like, okay, we're going to pass this law and we're going to do this and we're going to, and then 10 years, I feel so much more love, like you had said. When DEI was like, there's just more love between us. There's like a whole new life or a whole new phase in American history that I think
it's almost an age of enlightenment. That we're all equal.
Yeah. They're going to drain the swamp by the 10-year mark. I do think it's drain the swamp.
As opposed to restocking it.
I know what I'm getting. That's what they mean. There's going to be a lot of people who are like the old timers, that old guard, the ones that were holding on to that power. They're leaving, like meaning that will be the time period you're going to see a lot of people leaving the planet that was holding on to that energy. I think that's what they mean at the 10-year mark. Like I'm getting so many more new people in politics. Like it's a new energy.
Kind of like no more angry 12 men.
Yeah.
12 Angry Men. Remember that movie?
I do remember that movie.
Yeah.
It's interesting though for the 25-year mark, because I am getting a new wave of rebellion with younger people at the 25-year mark. So there is going to be some issues. I mean, I don't know if these are technological issues. There's going to be a whole new batch of things.
Oh, there already is.
Yeah, that we're in the new age. It's almost like the 10-year mark. Everybody's like, and then as we move into the new eon, it's like, oh, there are other things that I'm rebelling against that we need to fix. And they're going to be looking at things closely. I'm getting some real changes to the Constitution. That's what I'm getting at the 25-year mark, but not in a bad way, like a good way, like actual amendments.
Evolving is the word.
Where you're putting some of these things in amendments, and that we've been so more spiritually evolved.
Because and then interrupt you, but when you were talking about the 5 years, what I kept on seeing was a boat, and all the leaks were being plugged. Like everything that was wrong we correct that so that somebody with a record cannot run for president. All that kind of stuff. Like
because they kept getting legislation. Like they kept passing things,
and not executive orders.
Right. No, actual like in the Congress.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But 25 years, it's not bad. It's all good, but it's like a whole new bunch of stuff that we have to look at closely that we can't even comprehend right now. No. Like they're
not good with their 8-track tapes.
Yeah. Exactly. I know that this person wants the positive, like we're all going to live happily ever after, but maybe the lesson in this is it will always be evolving. We'll always be moving forward. We'll always be, the good news is it's not going to be this. Yeah.
No. I mean, you look at Star Trek, there's still evil people, but but I feel we'll be more evolved.
And I got that mask. We'll be more in tune with what's morally right, more spiritually evolved.
I don't see Woody Allen's Sleeper, but I see more than that.
Well, that was awesome. Thank you so much for coming on my channel and helping me to read.
So much fun. This is really fun.
I love doing readings with people. It's very fun for me too. And everyone out there, you need to like, subscribe, do all the things to Arthur's channel. It's down below.
Use, abuse. I'm here. I'll wear leather if I have to.
That's right. And I hope you come back again sometime. I love it.
Like this. No, we'll do this. We have to make this more often. I swear. Yeah. This is our first time. This is our maiden voyage. So
that's right. Well, everybody, you all have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.
Thanks for stopping by.